The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. Hola, chicas. What's up? Are you ready for today?
I am ready. I am.
I've been fluffing Matt all morning to get him ready for this because
I have no idea what's coming down the pike.
Today is going to be a rogue, ambitious episode. So not that I ever run out of ideas because I am a genius.
Yes, you are.
As you all know out there in ambitious land. But I always love to know what people are truly desiring.
Right.
You know, because we're here to serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we come and show up here every week. It's not just for our good looks and our great racks.
Definitely not my rack. But
Matt's milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. But no, I really want to serve each and every person out there in ambitious land that comes and shows up and is loyal and loves what we have to say and, you know, is seeking help and truth and wisdom.
Yes.
So, but last week on my personal Facebook, I reached out to all my Facebook friends and I said, what do you want us to delve into and talk about on the podcast? So each and every question today is going to be from an ambitious land person.
Yep.
We will read their names.
Oh, I was going to ask you. We're going to read their names
yes,
because they want, you know, they wrote it, so they want.
We always like to out people here on the Ambitchious podcast. It's like one of our things.
Anything is better than the brawls.
People loved the brawls.
I know, but the brawl is like we're living like I really think we're living like the Doors, like Jim Morrison. You know,
because we do.
We're crazy bastards.
It's like bring all through to the other side. I did that for my 6th grade talent show.
I can imagine.
I was Jim Morrison. What the hell? Why did my parents allow me to do this? I don't understand.
They love
well, the Doors are
Doors.
great. Oh my God. So before we start, I always love to read the iTunes review of the week. And this is from Kelly G317. And she says, always a great message, ! With 5 stars. Thank you to Katie and Matt. Always wonderful words of wisdom and lots of humor to keep me laughing. Always looking forward to listening. Kelly, thank you so much. Email me at themisfitclub@gmail.com to redeem your $100 gift certificate to use towards anything KBMSU related. So you can use it for sound healing, spirit day, a call, whatever.
We had a big group of the girls that came, and people came for your last sound healing.
It was awesome.
We're from the Ambitchious movement.
Like half of the girls I had never met. No, it was for Spirit Day.
Spirit Day, I'm sorry.
Half the girls I had never met, so it was really strange because usually I'm like at least half the people are like my people. Yeah. So I'm like, hello everyone, nice to see you again. And last Spirit Day was all of these girls that had given reviews on the podcast. And I was like, this is so cool. Yeah, I had girls, Gina Antonelli came all the way from New Jersey. Yeah. It was just such a cool thing. Really nice. So I love giving $100 gift certificates out, you know. I'm like,
and we love meeting new people.
I'm Katie Claus. I'm just like, yeah, let it rain. Let it rain with the Ambitchious gift certificates. So today we're going to go super rogue. But before we go rogue, I just want to bring you guys up to speed. We have some really cool things coming down the pretty pink pipeline that we are so excited about. So on June 1st, we have the Business with Seoul Summit. It's going to be at the Marriott in Burlington, Massachusetts. It's going to be a full freaking day extravaganza of business and spirituality and how to really truly take your business or, you know, your everyday job to the next level by instilling soul into your everyday business. And you can go onto the events page on kbmfc.com and you can buy your ticket there. And it's going to be from 12 in the afternoon till 9 o'clock at night. That's and awesome. I heard a little rumor that we're going to be doing some vodka-fueled vision boarding late night.
That's always good.
So there for that.
That's going to be creative. Yes, no inhibitions.
My vision board will just have like tequila bottles, like pictures all over it.
I may get my ass kicked that night.
If there's alcohol involved, there could be a brawl. I'm just saying.
Oh, geez.
Oh, we really love to get drunk and fight. We're like friggin' Tina Turner and Ike.
No, are you kidding me?
I do have good legs.
You think so? You have really good legs. Think about it.
Big wheels keep on turning.
You can go right from Jim Morrison right to Tina.
Oh, honey, I am multifaceted entertainer. Let me tell you. So we have the Business with Soul Summit. That's June 1st.
Yep.
And what else do we have coming? We have 1440 Multiversity. That's in the Redwood Forest in California.
That's going to be outstanding.
Incredible retreat center. And it's going to be a 3-day excursion. It's going to be August 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And then Portugal. October
I cannot wait.
4th through the 12th. It's almost sold out. I'm so excited.
Really
we
is.
just actually added another wine tasting.
Oh.
You know, because in Portugal, you cannot have too much wine, cheese, and bread. I'm just saying. Jill's doing the Cabbage Patch. Jill's like, yeah, buddy. I'm just so excited for
Twist
that.
my arm from Portuguese wine.
Every day is going to be fantabulous, let me tell you. So if you want to come, if one of your dreams in life is to go on vacation with yours truly, get over there.
And me.
I mean, I guess.
It's
like a little bonus extra.
It's a huge bonus.
Speak for yourself, Matt. So go on the events page, check it out. And obviously, as I have and I add more things to the KBMC roster, I will keep you guys filled in on the Ambitchious podcast. And yeah, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go balls deep. Rogue today. So this is like kind of cool because we're not going to really stay on topic today.
Yes.
Meaning like there's not just one theme like we usually have had for the last almost year because our 1-year anniversary of Ambitchious is coming up in July.
Believe that?
It's so weird.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Like it feels like I've been doing it forever, but also just a minute.
It goes by fast.
It's kind of strange.
But it's so much fun now.
But I think that, I want to actually truly, serve people here. So this is what we're doing. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So the first question is from Kayla McCormick. And she asks, does your life's purpose have to be attached to your career? That's a really tough question because I think we think that what we do is our life's purpose, but I don't think that that's always the case.
Right.
In my opinion, if you can do something that is your life's purpose as your work, what is sweeter than that? But I don't think it has to be your life's purpose is not your career. I think sometimes your life's purpose could be just to be like a really amazing mom. If you grew up in a household where your mother maybe wasn't the best mom and you have your children of your own and you vow to yourself, like, my purpose here on earth is to be the best mother that I can be, that is your life's purpose.
I think we're multi-purpose faceted, right? Because, you can be the best dad, the best mom, and still have a career or whatever you want to do too, right?
Right.
But sometimes a career is not your purpose. Sometimes it's just, a way to make a living, right?
Yes.
Sometimes that happens. I remember one of my martial arts instructors years ago, I was working out and training with this guy that was an attorney.
Yes.
And he goes, oh, what do you do? He goes, I'm a lawyer. He goes, well, you're actually not a lawyer. The instructor goes, you're actually not a lawyer.
Yes.
You're actually, a human being.
Yes.
You're this. And we got real deep on it quick. And the lawyer was like, oh, I didn't even think about this.
Well, because don't you say, like, when people say, like, well, who are you?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Tell me a little bit about.
I'm a lawyer, or I'm a businessman, or I'm a businesswoman, or I'm an accountant. You're not an accountant. I hope to God you're not an accountant. I just account things.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the only thing you do all day.
That's not purpose.
But some people are like horny for accounting.
Oh, I love it when it's tax time. I'll tell you, my accountants rock.
Matt loves the accountant.
They keep me out of problems. They keep me out of jail. I'll take care of them.
Right. But sometimes your career is actually funding your lifestyle so that you can do your life's purpose. So I don't believe that your life's purpose really has to do with your career unless you're a super lucky duck.
Right.
And you can actually have that same thing. Like this is my purpose and this is my career.
And sometimes you can look at your career and say, I'm at Regional Home Care, and I'll look at my career as how can I serve today? You know what I mean? So then I create a purpose. And I mean, we're taking care of patients. We're doing a great job.
Right.
But it's really, we're in the service business,
yes.
right? When I'm a martial arts instructor, it's like, how can I empower today? Or how can I do this, right? If I was just talking at a cocktail party or something, what do you do? Oh, I'm a sales guy, or I'm a this, or I'm vice president of sales, or
yes.
Right?
Right.
So you can really turn that and make it a life's purpose.
I agree.
If you're a good finder and you can look and say, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is how I want to really move the bar. Right?
And I think I know Kayla. She actually attended our last Spirit Day.
Awesome.
And I'm almost 100% sure that her career at the moment is she's a cheerleading coach and she does tumbling and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
So that is like what she does. But her definiteness of purpose could actually be, okay, so I'm a cheerleading coach and I'm a tumbling coach, but I get to go every day and be around those children and inspire them to be better. So that's truly her life's purpose. Not like, hey, do this round off backflip. Can you tell I've never even done a somersault in my fucking life? I'm like, okay.
Because a lot of these kids can do it. And after a while, if you're in that thing, right, I mean, it's going to be like, oh, geez, not another one. That was great. That was great. That's not going to juice you. But being of service and helping and inspiring, like you said.
That's our purpose.
That's your purpose.
That's our purpose here. I mean, I think that sometimes people are like, oh, you're a podcaster. I'm using the podcast as the vehicle to help inspire and serve and, make people think outside the box, really.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
The podcast is just the vehicle. It's not like what I do.
Right.
It's not who I am.
Right. It's always service and intention. Yeah.
Great question, Kayla.
That was a good one. I like that.
I don't know if we answered it, but
I hope
I tried my best. All right. So now the next question is actually from Gail Town. And she's saying, how can I develop a more grateful mindset? Oof. That's really hard because I think that gratitude right now is like this buzzword that everyone's like, just be grateful, just have gratitude. And I don't really think a lot of people can truly wrap their brains around what that means.
This is a great question because we were just talking the other day. And, I had something I was thinking about. I came from I have had a great life, don't get me wrong, but I hung around with some rough characters sometimes.
Don't say.
And I was like, I could have ended up in the gutter somewhere. Who knows what could have happened to me? If one little turn, and for some reason, I was driving the other day, and I told you this story.
I love this story.
And I was driving the other day, and I was like thinking all of these things bubbled up of all of the bad situations I was in, or dangerous situations I was in, or people that I knew I shouldn't have been with at a time.
He's telling me, he's like, I was at this party and there was a fight and I just felt like I could get hit in the head with a hammer right now. I'm like, who are you hanging out with?
I actually blocked the hammer and I go, today I wouldn't even go near.
Wait a minute, you blocked someone hit you in the head with a hammer?
Yeah, they were trying to hit me in the head with a hammer.
Oh, I misconstrued this whole situation. Tell me more about the hammer to the head, Matthew.
One little move.
So you were macking it on someone else's chick. Let's be honest.
No, there was no chicks involved.
It's always some chick, some freaking douchebag that Matt's trying to screw. And then there's always a fight that ensues.
No. This was not this case.
Welcome to Massachusetts, people.
All right, let's get back on point. I was, thinking about all these things, right, and all these bad situations, and I was like thinking about that incident, and I'm like, wow, 1 inch, and I could be, what do you call it? Uneventful.
Brained? I don't know.
Brained. They can't move for the rest of my life or whatever.
I've seen this shit happen to people.
It bubbled up to it. I'm like, then I went to go work out that day, and I was like, wow, that's the first time I really understood about, like, you can say I'm grateful for my body, I'm grateful for these things, but emotionally felt like, oh my God, I'm so lucky I'm here. And I was like touching myself, meaning in a good way. Like, my arm could have been injured. This could have been, I just really had a real appreciation. I don't know, it's because of my old age now. I'm starting to look at things differently.
I agree.
But
so for you, that kind of just came up like naturally.
Yeah.
Because, Matt and I have been doing so much deep spiritual work for so long. I'm talking like deep shamanic work.
Yes.
Stuff that is not easy. I think that everyone thinks they're going to go on this like spiritual ride. It's going to be rainbows and butterflies and blowjobs, and it's not.
No, it's enemies and
it's blowjobs with teeth.
And blowjobs with braces and teeth.
Oh, the best. I love that.
Never good.
So fun.
Run.
But we think like we're going to go on this spiritual journey and it's going to be amazing. But truthfully, the gratitude part, the spiritual journey, the deep diving is so exhausting on so many levels.
Yes.
So gratitude, when you're going through these the spiritual tumultuousness. I don't even know if I said that word.
It was right.
Tumultuousness. It really, sometimes you don't feel so grateful for it. Right? Like you're like, Deepak Chopra told me I should be feeling grateful every day, but I feel like a bag of smashed assholes. And I think that this is why people have a really difficult time when they're delving into their spiritual journey, because they're like, well, I'm supposed to feel all this gratitude, but I don't feel great right now. I actually feel angry and I'm mad and I actually want to go back to sleep in so many ways and on so many days. Right? We talk about that all the time.
Or I want to just hate this person because they've been so mean and, you know, and it's hard to pull yourself out of that negativity. To be able to be in the feeling of gratefulness, right? And it's, you know, you were right. You have to go a little bit deep. And I think that's why it was bubbling up for me, because we were just doing some work. And then all of a sudden I'm driving. I'm like, oh, why the hell am I thinking about this? Why the hell am I thinking about that? Why am I thinking about all this weird stuff came up? And I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful that I ended up where I am today. Thank God. Right? I mean, thank God. But that's a great question.
So I think developing a more grateful mindset is actually, I know this sounds kind of rigid, but like every so often during the day, even if you have to set like an alarm on your phone to stop what you're doing and just close your eyes and really just think about your life and where you could have been.
And we've all been there. I mean, everyone's had a situation where like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't sound good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's all jump off of this bridge. It's going to be great. You know, whatever it is.
I think of some of the stuff I did when I was a kid and I'm like, oh my God, how am I still here? So just thinking about how lucky you are to be in this body, in this moment, and in this lifetime, right? Because it's very, very precious that we're all here on this earth together right now.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
And just taking that time to say, you know what, I'm going to stop what I'm doing a couple times today. And I'm not only going to like run through gratitude in my mind, but I think it's very important to have a mind-muscle connection of gratitude.
Yes.
So I'll give you an example. So in the morning, every morning, Matt and I read our statements, these affirmation statements together out loud, and we hold hands. And he said to me like last week, he's like, why do you squeeze my hand so hard when we're talking? And I'm like, because I am anchoring the feeling of this tenseness in my body so that every time I squeeze my hand, I can go to that place of gratitude.
Yes, very smart.
Right?
Yes.
Some people will talk about like Tom Bilyeu, who invented Quest Nutrition, who I love. He's so inspirational. He will do certain things and he'll hit himself on the chest.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I'm not about that life, but if that works for you, if that gets you into the space of like creating
that anchor of that emotional
Tony
state.
Robbins talks a lot about this. What is his thing with anchoring?
A lot of clapping. Definitely a lot of clapping. Tony loves to clap. He also, hits his chest and gets himself into peak state.
Yes.
But he's just amazing with that kind of stuff.
So stopping what you're doing during the day and making it a point to go to your gratitude and then doing something physical while you do it. It could be breathing. It could be squeezing your hands. It could be beating your chest. But creating that anchor of that mind-muscle connection where every time you feel this feeling, you can go to that place of gratitude. It might not work right off the bat.
But repetition is the mother of mastery,
Absolutely.
Right? So the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And the quicker it's going to come up. So,
Gail, thank you for that. I so appreciate it.
That's a good one. I'm so grateful for you, Gail.
Yeah, Gail's the best.
Thank you.
It really is. Okay, Vivian Ortiz says, talk about, please, the importance of personal development. Keep learning and growing at any age. This is huge.
Yes.
So I think what happens is, because you and I both went to college.
Yep.
I think what happens is you graduate high school, or you graduate college or whatever, and you're like, I'm done with learning.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, and Matt knows this about me. I wasn't like the best student because I'm total Aquarius, and I don't like when people tell me what to do.
No,
I want to do the opposite.
The other hand, I was, an awesome student.
Bullshit. We all know that's not the truth, but I'll let you have your dreams.
Made it through Melrose High School.
Barely. By the skin of my freaking chode.
I think they just want to get rid of me.
Exactly.
Get rid of them. I don't want to see them back here again.
They were like, move it along. But yeah, I wasn't a great student, but I got through it and I got my degrees and I did what I had to do. But it's so funny because now that I'm older, I'm learning more. I feel like I've learned more in the last decade of my life than I ever have in my entire life. Everything I've ever learned combined.
But it's stuff that juices you, right? So you're always looking for the next thing to be able to help yourself become the person that you want to be.
Yeah.
Right?
And I feel like if you don't keep learning, the problem is when you don't keep learning, your brain gets so stagnant.
Absolutely.
Don't you think?
Yeah, you got to keep everything going, right?
And then people are like, my so-and-so, like, she's like losing her mind. I'm like, yeah, because she's not like always jogging the brain.
Well, it's like having, being a martial artist, you have to have that white belt mentality.
Absolutely.
If you think I'm a black belt, you're a black belt. Guess what? You just know your basics. That's it. And usually black belts decide, then they figure out, I only know this much.
Yes.
Opposed to when you're a brown belt,
Yes.
they call it brown belt-itis. You think you know freaking everything. And then when you become a black belt, it's like, holy shit, I know nothing, right? So it's like you got to go back to the drawing board and kind of learn more. So
didn't I say to you like 2 days ago, I'm like, I feel like I know more than I've ever known in my life, but I feel like I know absolutely nothing.
Because you know how deep it is and how much knowledge there is out there.
The rabbit hole is real.
So much.
So, for me, I'm really interested in music. I've always been super musical. I love music. So for me, like, my husband bought me a piano for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And thank you. And every day I sit at that piano, even if it's for a half an hour or 15 minutes, and I just keep going on and on and on with what I'm doing. Like, even if it's like the first page of Fiorelise that I that I taught myself.
Yes.
And I keep doing it over and over. And then when I get it down and I don't make any mistakes, then I try to make it faster and faster.
Faster.
Yeah. Faster, you
fat bastard.
Faster,
you fat bastard.
Oh my God, what is that from?
Easy Money.
Oh, I feel like him right now.
Rodney Dangerfield on the goddamn mic was a riot. Faster, you fat bastard.
That's what I do to myself. I'm Rodney Dangerfield playing the piano. But for me, like, even just playing the piano and learning something new, it's also helped me in other parts of my life.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I'm learning the piano, but then I'm like getting faster at reading. I'm getting better at speaking. I'm getting better at all these things because I really, truly believe it makes your brain create new neural networks.
Absolutely does. Yes.
So get involved with something that you truly love or that makes your soul sing, even if like other people are like, you're learning how to make paper mache. Like, who cares? If that's what juices you,
do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a huge proponent on self-help, like books, self-help podcasts, YouTube channels, like whatever you can do. So like I always say, whenever you're doing something where you can do two things at once, like when you're driving or you're working out or you're doing something like that, where you can kind of multitask, like your brain can go somewhere else, always be feeding it good stuff.
Information, good stuff.
Yeah, like you will never catch me driving in my car listening to like Jay-Z, even though I love that shit.
I love Jay-Z. I listen to Jay-Z, but I put it like, okay, I'm going to listen to Jay-Z, then I got to dump something good in my mind. Actually, Jay-Z is woke.
That's true.
So a lot of stuff he says is actually pretty good.
But I'm all about like constantly like learning, educating, taking in good stuff. Mm-hmm. Tony Robbins calls that net time, no extra time, right?
No extra time, yeah.
And you love personal development too. You just take it in a different way that I do.
I do, yeah.
Not saying it's better and not saying it's worse.
It's
just
better.
Saying it's a little.
It's better.
No shit.
Much better.
All right. So now the next question is how to respect yourself and others in all aspects of your life. That's a really tough question because sometimes as we all know, I can be a little bit of a bitch.
No, you're a little cream puff.
I'm a cream puff. Hardly. I mean, I can be in some ways, but I feel like I have to always be strong. I feel like that's something that I just say, this Katie, you're going to wake up every day, and even if things bother you or they hurt you, you're always going to try to like take the high road and always be as strong as you possibly can, but also show vulnerability.
Yes.
So I think, for me, and you might disagree, but obviously I respect everyone on this planet and every living thing, but I also come from a place in my heart where I only respect those people who respect me.
Yes.
So I'm not going to beat your ass, even though I want to. But I'm not going to show you all this respect because that's just why. Why do I want to do that? And I know a lot of people will be like, oh my God, that's so awful. You're spiritual.
No, respect is earned.
Right.
Right? You're just not going to be, I mean, you're such a loving, kind person. On the way to the podcast, you took a little worm out of the water and put it back in the dirt.
I did.
I was like, what are you doing, Katie? She goes, I'm saving this worm. I go, she shows it to me in her hand, and I'm like,
it's true.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just love
I love the little worms too.
I love beings.
I never went and saved one out of the drowning water.
Well,
it's so sweet.
I'm very Buddhist in my culture, but I really I won't fight with you.
Right.
I'm not going to step to you. I'm not going to create a brouhaha. But if you don't respect me, I'm not going to give you respect back.
Absolutely.
And sometimes not giving you the respect back is just me not talking to you and cutting you the fuck out.
Yeah, and just not having anything to do with you. Just moving on.
Because that's another thing too. Like people think that when you're spiritual, you have to be so nice to everybody. You have to be so kind to everybody. And then you can let people just like fuck you in the ass with no lube and be so mean to you and so rude and disrespectful to you. But because you're spiritual, like I have to play this game with you. And I truly believe that, like you said, respect is earned.
Yes.
And you know me. I've had people in my life where I've tried so hard to make relationships work. And I just feel like it shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
It shouldn't be that much work.
And you mentioned spirituality. You're being spiritual for you.
Right.
That's your choice.
Because I'm actually protecting myself.
Right. And growing and learning and being the person that you're supposed to be. Right. So being like, oh, I'm supposed to just, let people walk all over me because I'm spiritual. No. That's bullshit. I mean, sometimes you got to cut some things out. I
totally agree.
And, spiritual gangster.
Right.
Sometimes you have to go gangster.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like you said, you have to be Uncle Paulie. Now I got to turn my back on you.
I'm so Uncle Paulie.
Here's your few $100. Now I got to turn my back on you.
Every time we watch The Goodfellas, everyone's like, I love Joe Pesci's character. I love this one's character. I'm like, I am so Uncle Paulie.
Yeah, I love
just
Uncle
cooking
Paulie.
Sausages with a big cigar hanging out of my fucking mouth. And I'm like,
my favorite
Henry.
Food and cigars.
Oh, I live with Uncle Paulie.
No, I got to cut some weight. Is that
no,
what you're telling
actually,
me?
the other day, Matt was cooking on the grill, and he had a huge stogie hanging out of his mouth, and he was just like moving the meat around in the grill, and I just looked at him, I go, you look like fucking Tony Soprano right now. And he's like, thanks. I'm like, that wasn't actually a compliment.
I love Tony.
I know Tony's, actually, I'm Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
My whole life is Tony Soprano.
If I could kill some people and get away with it, I would definitely do some Tony Soprano stuff. But I'm such a chicken.
So Tina, respect yourself. And the biggest respect that you can give yourself is sometimes cutting people out.
Yeah, don't kill them like Tony.
Yeah. But if you do, I will help you bury the body.
It has to happen sometimes.
Oh my God, the FBI will probably be at my door tomorrow. We found weird bones in your backyard. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know how she treats me. It could be me.
If Matt disappears one day from the podcast, you know what happened.
You know what happened to me. It's not good.
So that is it for today's Ambitchious podcast. Thank you for letting us go rogue. I hope you enjoyed it, and there's more to come next week. Thank you to each and every one of you for being crusaders of the Ambitchious movement. And like I always say, see y'all next Tuesday.
Great job, man.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.